Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa. Get your education booklet in our daily newspaper, street sales, or at your school every Monday to Thursday for pre-primary up until grade 3. The lessons are for listening or watching online. Inside the newspapers, there is an insert of the lesson booklet. Please cut the top of the lesson booklet with a pair of scissors and fold it for ready to use. But there is more. We are also available on our online platforms, MyZone and Zoshi Facebook pages, and in addition, our website, Zoshi Online.
Hello everyone, welcome to My Zone Online School. It is so good to have you with us again today. I am Teacher Hartung and our theme for this week is animals. Now everyone, before we start with our lesson, we have to sanitize. Make sure you put enough sanitizer on your hands to cover the whole hands, in and between and around and everywhere on your hands. Now everyone, let's see what we are going to learn about today. Living and non-living things. We're going to do some coloring and tracing. For today's lesson, boys and girls, let's start by turning our booklets to page 9. Now here you see you have a few animals of some different things. It says here you have to circle all living things green and all non-living things purple. Now before we get to circling, we have to first look at the pictures and see what are living things and what are non-living things. Living things, boys and girls, are all those things that can breathe and eat and smell. Non-living things are all those things that cannot breathe or eat or taste or smell anything. Now, if we have a look at the pictures, we have to be able to identify or find out which of these pictures or things in these pictures are living things and which ones are non-living things. And remember, we have to circle all the living things green and all the non-living things purple. Now on the board, I put some few pictures here of living and non-living things. So now I want you to help me to see which of these things are living things, which are non-living things. Let's start with the monkey. Do you think the monkey is living or non-living? If you said living, then you are right, boys and girls, because the monkey can move, eat, and breathe and do all kinds of fun tricks. So we will now go ahead and take our green color and circle the monkey green. Now let's look at the second picture. Let's try the toothbrush. Would you say the toothbrush is living thing or a non-living thing? I think it's non-living because it can't eat or breathe or play or move around by itself. It needs a human or someone to hold it to make it work. Now we will go ahead and circle the toothbrush with your purple pencil or crayon. Now let us try one more. Let's have a look at the butterfly. Would you say the butterfly is a living thing or a non-living thing? Let's see. Can the butterfly move and eat and breathe and grow? Yes, it can. So I think the butterfly will be a living thing because it can do all kinds of fun things, fly around, fluttering its wings, and living and eating and breathing and flying around. So now, boys and girls, I want you to take your green crayon or pencil and circle. Now remember everyone, all the pictures that I have on the board are not the same pictures that you have in your booklet. If you turn your booklets back to page 9, you will see that all your pictures are different. Now you have to go ahead and look at your pictures to see which of these pictures are living things and which ones are non-living things. Remember once again, all the living things you have to circle with green, and all the non-living things you have to circle with purple. Right. Now, boys and girls, before we go ahead and circle all the pictures with either green or purple, let's quickly turn our booklets to page 10. Let's quickly have a look at what the next activity in our lesson will be about. There you will see a picture of two animals. The one animal is a bear. And then there's another picture of a fox. Can you see these two pictures? Good job. Now, boys and girls, we want you to choose one animal. Can you see that these animals sit across each other? Almost as if the fox is sitting in front of the bear or the bear is standing behind the fox. Now you have to look very carefully to see where the lines of the fox go and where the lines of the bear goes. And now that you have chosen, or now that you have decided which animal you want to color, you can go ahead, choose any color of your choice and color only one animal. Remember everyone, you cannot color both animals. We want you to only color in one animal. You can choose which one. Remember, only that one. Right. Now, before we continue with our coloring, let's quickly see what we have to do for the last part of our lesson. Let's turn our booklets to page 11. Now, there on page 11, you will have to do some patterns. Fun patterns, boys and girls. Now, it says there that we have to trace the dotted pattern from left to right. Okay, remember, from left to Right. Now on the board, I also put an example of the patterns for you. Now remember everyone, when we say from left to right, it means we start on this side, which is the left side. And then we have to draw the pattern on the dotted line to the right side. Remember, you take your pencils or your crayons, make sure that you hold it nice and tightly in your hand, and then you take it and you start at the bottom. Hold your pencils or your crayons on the line, and then you trace and you go all the way up and down. Then you go up and around and down. One more time. Up, around and down. So you must now go ahead and trace all the way to the right hand side of the page. Let's try the second pattern together. You start at the bottom here again. Then you go up with your pencil or your crayon and then all the way down again. Let's go up and all the way down. See, boys and girls, my chalk just broke, but you can still use the next part or last piece to go up and down and up until you reach the end of the pattern. Right now, boys and girls, you can go back and start with all the activities where you have to color in all the animals, or not all the animals, one of the animals on page 10, and going back to circling all your living and non-living things. Right, now remember, before you ask for any help from any grown-up, try and do these activities on your own first. Have fun, boys and girls. We will see you shortly after the ad break.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoe and Zoshi.
We have come to the end of today's lesson. Thank you so much for joining us. But before we go, boys and girls, we have to remember to sanitize. Please make sure that you rub in your sanitizer everywhere around and between your fingers. Now, before we go home, Zoshi promised me that we could go to the park today. So let's all call Zoshi. Will you call Zoshi with me? Zoshi, where are you? Do you see Zoshi anywhere? Zoshi, oh, here he is. Hello, Zoshi. Thank you so much for joining us and for helping me say goodbye today. So, from Zoshi and I, goodbye.
Our online school will help you along the way. Find us at www.zoshi.online and download the booklet. Follow us on Facebook to never miss a video. Subscribe to our Zoshi Telegram channel if you want to receive daily updates. Proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Namibian Community Trust, UNICEF, MyZone Online School, Amos Meerkat Syllabus, and Capricorn Foundation.